Today's video is about how to organize your finances. My context, I'm pretty solidly middle class. I've owned houses, I've rented apartments, I've owned cars, I've leased them. I've been in good spots and skated by for some months. Had some debt and cleaned it up. I get it, I'm like most of y'all. The first thing I would say is that you need to know your money. How much do you make each month? When do you get paid? What are your bills and when are they due? These kind of things seem really obvious, but at times in my life, I've been confused about them. So you need to know those kind of things and think about how the month is going to break out, financially speaking. In terms of simplifying things, I think this is so important, and it's been something that I've been working on for some time. One critically easy tool to use is to use online banking tools. Bill pay, auto withdraw, using a debit card most of the time, because you can track everything that's going on in there. The other thing is, I would say don't have any more than 2 credit cards. If at all possible, only have one, and really try to keep those balances low if you can. By doing that kind of stuff, you can track stuff over a period of time, and you can kind of see, what am I spending money on that maybe I don't need to as much? A lot of people have memberships and streaming services and a lot of things, and they might put them on a variety of cards, accounts, this sort of thing. Really try to avoid that. Try to consolidate everything into one place so you can see it. The next thing I would say is budget things. And by that, I mean, use a spreadsheet, use an online tool, use the tools that are in your banking app to plan out those expenditures and when you're going to have income and things. Think about, what don't I need to spend money on? How can I reduce that or cut down or eliminate it altogether? There's a lot of opportunities for that when you really start to kind of look at it. Get in the habit of looking at your balances and finances maybe a couple times a month. Really, you don't need to look at it every week unless things are really tight. But if you can do that a couple times a month, get to a spot where you can do that, you can get a sense for the flow of things and kind of understand what you need to do, when you need to do it, what you could spend a little bit more on and what you can cut back on. I would always say, in a budget, leave some slush, leave some float, another word for it, for one, so that you can have some fun, do some things that are good for you. B, just in case something happens, you get a flat tire, your air conditioner goes out, or whatever it happens to be. And have some kind of savings. You can draw on that for those unexpected expenses if you need to, or keep building up for longer term goals. Another thing I would say is, if you're struggling with your finances, don't try to do everything at once. Don't tell yourself, okay, that's it. I'm gonna quit smoking and I'm gonna cut all these bills. I'm gonna get rid of every single app that I have and basically live and not have any fun at all. Because it's very difficult to do that, and you can get disappointed very quickly. In my experience, when I've gotten that it's kind of like, well, what the hell? What do I have to lose? And then I go put something on a credit card or something like that, which damages your ability to move forward. So try not to do all of it at once. Have a slow, steady wins the race kind of approach to it. You can't pay off all your debt or reduce overly large expenditures each month immediately, but you can sure get rid of a membership or two, or a streaming app or two, or whatever it happens to be, subscription to something. You can get rid of those things, a few of them a month, and reduce that overall expenditure so that you have a greater float or slush fund, so that you can save some money and have some money to have a good time. I hope this has been helpful to you. And if anybody has any cool apps, tools, whatever it is that you want to put in the comments, I'm sure that would benefit everyone. So thank you very much. Hope you all have a great day. One thing I forgot to add was, if your employer has some kind of savings that can be set up automatically at your workplace, you should absolutely do that. Great way to just kind of take it off the top and not really even notice it or miss it. Now, sometimes you can't do that. And I've been in those spots where I could not afford to put that money away. That said, as soon as I could get back in a spot where I could, I did. Because, hey, you know what? Usually those things are matching in some sense. Really try to do that because it's very helpful to your long-term financial future.